David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology, creeping up behind you and strangling you. Did that happen?
Absolutely. It happened more than once. He's a very volatile personality. He will lash out for uncalled for reasons.
This incident was witnessed by another former Scientologist, Amy Scobie. She ran the Celebrity Centre in Hollywood before she escaped the cult. Amy says this assault happened in early 2001.
All of a sudden, he just storms in and he grabs Mike around the neck.
David Miscavige.
David Miscavige grabs Mike around the neck and he starts strangling and shaking him and strangling and holding just this grip. And his face is turning colors and you could tell that he couldn't breathe. His eyes are just bugged out. And then he takes him and he throws the chair down, throws him by his neck down onto the ground, and the chair toppled over too.
Rinder admits he too was violent, along with other managers in Scientology.
For we today shall marry here this groom and bride.
Here, Mike Rinder presides over the wedding of his friend Marty Rathbun, another former high-ranking Scientologist. Scientology accuses these two of having a kinky relationship and of blaming David Miscavige for their own violent behaviour. David Miscavige never hit anyone. It was you and Marty Rathbun.
That's exactly right.
Who dealt out the savage beatings. And
that's exactly right.
You've admitted to hitting people.
Absolutely, I have. So has Marty.
And why did you do that?
Not proud of it.
Why did you do that?
It was part of the culture. I mean, I know for a fact, because I was standing there when Miscavige told Marty, and he's told Tom DeVocht, I watched him say, if you don't go down there and whack that guy upside the head, I'm going to go down there and do it, and then I'll do it to you.
You admit to lying then? How do we know you're lying now?
I feel like if people understand and know that I am telling the truth, then that's really all I can do.
Well, have you made a complaint to police?
And
if not, why not?
I can't.
Is that because it's pending an investigation? You can't comment?
If you want, yeah, exactly.
Who's your favourite celebrity Scientologist? Do you have one?
John Travolta.
Pretty easy, isn't it?
He's a wonderful guy.
You mentioned Kate Ceberano, one of our
I think Kate
most favourite celebrities.
I mean, I've known Kate for a long time. I think she is incredibly talented.
And I do care so very, very, very much.
I have flown on Tom Cruise's private jet with him many times. It wasn't because I had a private jet, it was because he was going and I was going to the same place that he was, so I would ride along. I didn't have a car, I didn't get paid a lot of money. I got $50 a week. I owned practically nothing.
Movie megastar Tom Cruise has it all. Millions of dollars, a beautiful wife and child, and Scientology. But even more, he is best friends with its leader. How close is he with Tom Cruise?
Their relationship is something that doesn't really make sense. BFFs.
Best friends forever?
Yeah.
How long before we see someone like Tom Cruise leave, David Miscavige, leave the Church of Scientology?
I don't know, Brian. Hopefully very soon. They're interested in, can they suck money out of you for these other programs?
Despite Scientology's claims that Miscavige doesn't have a house and instead lives communally and very moderately, Rinder maintains that David Miscavige lives a life of luxury, funded by money raised for Scientology that is supposed to go towards helping the needy. His own chef, massages, personal trainers, motorcycles, apartments, living quarters, tickets to NASCAR races, Acuras, BMWs, private jet, cases of scotch, big screen TVs, unlimited financial resources. He lives in a building on Hemmed Gold Base, yes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yes, several. All those things that you just recited are absolutely things that he has. He considers that those are his right.
He says that he was beaten by David Miscavige some 50 times.
Recently, Scientology arranged this appearance on CNN with host Anderson Cooper. These women are Scientologists. They're also the ex-wives of people who have fled the cult, including Mike Rinder's ex, Kathy Bernardini.
Mr. Miscavige never laid a hand on Mike Rinder. I lived with Mike Rinder for over 35 years.
I saw your ex-wife on CNN.
Yes.
Actually say that she was staggered, disappointed and deeply upset by your behaviour, that it was all you, it was all your fault.
She is trying to protect her position and her well-being and, you know, our daughter and son who are both still in the Sea Organization, so she's got to say what she's got to say.
Nick Xenophon, Mike.
Mike Rinder.
Good to meet you.
Senator Nick Xenophon asked to meet Mike Rinder in the hope he could provide information about the inner workings of Scientology, which now appear to include following and filming federal senators. You don't want to tell me your name?
Well, I'm not here to be interviewed.
No, well, I'm not here to be filmed by you either, but that's okay. Cool. Okay. Well, Chris, I guess Chris is filming, so you don't need to. So, Chris, what's the intention of getting all this footage, mate?
Just to document your behaviour and the reporting on Scientology.
The way that the Church of Scientology is being run, directed and operated now is very much more about money than it is about the well-being of the individual.
Chris, enjoy the rest of your stay in this beautiful country.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, great time. Assuming David Miscavige sees this, what message would you have for him? What would you say to him?
Stop destroying people's lives and stop misleading people about what you're doing, and let people get on with practicing Scientology so that it actually helps them.
Chris, just down the lens here, just say goodbye. Say goodbye to our audience.
Bye, audience.
Okay. Scientology.
It's Brian Seymour reporting, and we need to make it clear that Mr. Rinder was not paid for that interview. However, we covered his travelling expenses to Australia rather than send our own crew to Florida. We requested interviews with Scientology and its leader, David Miscavige. They provided written responses, which you'll find on our website. We'll be right back.